and welcome to this week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom. My name is JB Hilliard, and these are short video snippets designed to answer questions you may have about estate planning or probate, or maybe there are other legal concerns that may be impacting your household. And for this week, if you could tell from the title, your recently turned 18-year-old is legally an adult. Are y'all prepared? And yes, that y'all was intentional. I'll get to that in a second. But this topic came to mind over the weekend. Actually, I ran into an old client of mine, and for whom I did a temporary guardianship for her bonus son when he was just a teenager. And lo and behold, he is a grown young man now, a college graduate, and on to his next journey. And I didn't even recognize him. I mean, he's not only tall, but just grown. And so that kind of got me thinking about this, as well as the fact that we are already at the middle of July. And I don't know about where you are, but here in Georgia and in most of the metro counties here in the Atlanta area, school starts back in like 3 weeks, literally 3 weeks. And so it got me to thinking about, preparing for the fall or late summer, basically, and how, maybe you have a son or a daughter heading off to college, or having graduated, starting a new job, or even heading off to the military, and shout out to my fellow veterans out there, or simply just celebrating their 18th birthday at some point here this summer or recently or soon to be. And so one thing a lot of parents don't realize is that once your child turns 18, at least in all but 3 U.S. states, they become a legal adult. They legally become an adult. And in case you're wondering what those other 3 states are, it's 21 actually in Mississippi as the legal age, majority age, and 19 in Alabama and Nebraska. But here in Georgia, it's 18. So that means that you no longer, as a parent, you no longer have that legal authority to make medical decisions for them, for your child, if they, happen to become seriously ill or injured. You don't even have automatic authority to receive information on their condition should something happen to them. And so it's not an automatic thing just because you're mom or dad. And so most parents are shocked to learn this or realize this, especially, and I like this little note I made, especially after spending the last 18 years making every important decision for their child. And especially if that child is still totally dependent on you as the parent. But that still does not negate the fact that at 18 here and in most jurisdictions, they are considered an adult. And so, God forbid, imagine if your child is away at college and they're in a serious car accident. You rush to the hospital, and the first question isn't necessarily, are you mom or dad? It's going to be, more than likely, do you have legal authority to receive medical information or make decisions for this patient? And so you need to, if the hospital is doing their job by protecting their medical information, so you need to make sure you, with your child, your young adult child, need to make sure that you have certain things already in place just in case. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So I just want to talk about 3 documents, hopefully really quickly. First is the Healthcare Power of Attorney, or here in Georgia we call it the Advanced Healthcare Directive. This allows your child to appoint someone, usually mom or dad, as their agent to make healthcare decisions for them, treatment decisions for them in case they're unable to do it for themselves. And it's just one of those things that in case of emergency is already in place. We hope that you would never need to utilize anything like that, especially when your child is still a young adult, but you never know. And another thing that you may need to consider having drafted and signed and executed is a HIPAA authorization.